Something walks whistling past my house every night at 3:03. They told me one rule: never look at what whistled past our house. Breaking it could cost me my sister and the luck that kept her alive. The night my neighbor stole my dad's key, I learned how thin that rule was and how loud a quiet sound could get. Every night at exactly 3:03 a.m., something walked down our street and whistled a little tune. It lasted until the tick of 3:05 and faded toward the dead end. I grew up with it the way other kids grew up under train whistles or church bells. If I stood in the kitchen or the living room and I kept still, I could hear the notes rise and fall, cheerful and wrong at the same time. Dee-dee-dee-dee-da-da, then that small drop at the end that made my skin feel thin. Dad said our house was lucky. Our block, too. It was a pocket where weather missed us and gardens overdid it. Radios called with prizes, bosses handed out promotions, lost earrings reappeared in dryer lint. My sister Maya was the proof none of us argued with. She'd been born with lungs that forgot their job. Machines breathed for her. When we moved to this street to be near the hospital, Maya started breathing on her own, slow, then steady, until one day the machine looked bored and the nurse unhooked her and my mom didn't cry so much in the car. Some families move for a school district. We moved for a miracle. My parents never made speeches about gratitude, but they lived it like a schedule. Dad latched the heavy canvas shutters over every window each night, then turned tiny diary locks at the bottom ledge. He kept the key in our room for a while. Later, he kept it on his normal key ring because he trusted us to obey the rule. We listened because we liked breathing and we liked luck. "Listen all you want," he told us the first week we lived there, laying a palm on the living room window as if it were a living thing that deserved respect. "Never look." "Because of the luck?" I asked. "Because of you," he said. "Because I want you to grow old." Mom didn't like the story, didn't like how the old neighbors handed it to us with a casserole and a manila folder. The welcoming committee came 2 days after we moved in. 4 people with hot pasta, a wicker basket of soap and jam, and that folder with a blue pen tucked under the clasp. They cooed over Maya, set the food on our new table, and asked to talk in private. I was sent down the hall, but pressed my ear to the door anyway, because I'd been 13 for 1 week and curiosity felt like a new muscle I had to flex. "Good street, better than good," said the head of the committee, a man with a careful part in his hair. "You will notice it, little blessings, a million of them, but there is something you need to know about the night." I heard Mom's laugh, thin, not amused. "Is this a hazing thing? Because we really don't need